stop blocking shots in your face, Ellie. Stick to the job.
What next for you, Anthony?
Hopefully I'll fight in July. Always have the girlfriend's pregnant again, so I want to fight before that. So I have some time with new baby.
Yeah, 168.
No, 175.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Sorry, mate.
You will not.
All right, so let me tell you what we're doing. I rarely do this. I may have only done this maybe about 3 times, you know, since I've been on YouTube, where in the next, I'm going to say 15, 20 minutes or so, we're going to cover the undercard of Joshua Buatsi versus Richard. So basically, I got 3 fights on the docket right here. Ellie Scotney and Maria Roman. Remember, she had fought Ebony Bridges in her last fight. They're now fighting each other. Then I want to cover the Alan Babic versus Adam Balski fight, because as I'm looking at the highlights here, I fell asleep. I took a nap. And I'm seeing that it was pure hell, of course. You know, and then she kept Chantelle Cameron taking on Victoria Bustos. That is a unification fight, and I want to know what's going on with Kylie Reis. And then I'm going to do the Joshua Buatsi Craig Richards fight after this, because I actually watched that fight in full. That's when I woke up from a nap. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and T-Street Controversy with 5U360. So as these girls are banging it out, I really like Ellie Scotney. This is supposed to be like one of her big, not one, but her big step-up fight. Remember, she's fighting a former world champion, and as it stands right now is, how many wins does she have? This is only her 5th fight, right? That was only her 5th fight. You know, she did get the decision, but still, nonetheless, like I said, I was asleep. No, I wasn't asleep yet. I took like an hour or so nap. The fights I missed was, I completely missed a large portion of Babic's fight. I missed the co-main event, and what other fight I missed? So basically, we're playing catch up. So gonna be back at the end of this fight, and we're gonna talk about it. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and T-Street Controversy with 5U360. Jump cut.
And perhaps knows tonight she is past her best. She raises her arms aloft.
I think she just called out Ebony Bridges.
About the winner there. No, Ellie Scotney's won the fight.
I think she just called out Ebony Bridges. She competes at 122 pounds. Ebony Bridges is down at 118. As I'm sitting here looking at the rankings to see who the other champions are in the division, Yumalef Masado, the IBF is vacant. Let's look her up real quick. I think I already have her pulled up. This is her right here. She's a WBC, 19-3 with 5 KOs. We're only going to spend a couple of minutes on this. No disrespect to Ellie. We got to move on to the next fight. She did fight Amanda Serrano. I'm pretty sure I covered that fight, right? Didn't I watch that fight, cover it? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, that's a nice step up, fighting a former Amanda Serrano opponent. You know. The other girl is Sogaline Lord Labrifriv. She's French. Yeah, French. That's a French name. Here is the, let me turn it up, see if they read the cards yet.
The bridges are very
No, they haven't. So it gave me a little bit of time to talk, showing a promo. Okay, so let's see this girl. 16-0 with 1 KO from France, 28 years old. She did fight a week and a half ago. 2 weeks ago. Same day Canelo versus Bivol. Okay, don't be surprised if you see Eddie Hearn sign up one of these girls soon. And then the WBA is Marilyn Rivas. Where is she from? And I'm wondering if this is what Eddie Hearn's doing, because she did fight a former world champion, even though, why does these things keep coming up? I got something going on where I keep having like this toe fungus shit pop up on my BoxRec ads. Like, what's going on here? And I don't search that stuff, so that stuff is not in my cookies, if that's what cookies are for. But let me turn it up. Listen in.
Chantelle Cameron and Victoria Bustos is fight in a couple time, but right now David Diamante is standing by with the scorecards and the decision. Let's hand you over to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here at the O2, we go to the judges' score totals. Gustavo Padilla, 100-90. Bob Williams and Jan Christensen both scored about 99-91. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision. She's still undefeated and still the WBA Intercontinental Super Bantamweight Champion, Ellie
You know, she reminds me of a cartoon character, respectfully, but I can't figure out which one.
Over the years, and it is all starting to come together here.
Anyway,
she moves on to
yeah. So, on to the next fight. Well, let's see if she does a post-fight interview. Let's see. No post-fight interview. Figured as much. Oh, there we are. Here we are. Let's listen in and see what she has to say. And then she calls out Ebony Bridges.
The distance and a control about against a seasoned world champion
And
like that. Yes,
it would make sense for her to move down.
To control and dominate the way she did, I thought was very impressive.
Why don't we hear from her now? Because I think she signaled to people that she wants Ebony next. I wonder if Ebony's watching. Why don't we speak to her now? She's with Adiola Depot.
Yeah.
First thing you asked there, Ellie, you said better than last time. A lot better than last time. Fantastic performance.
Yeah, a lot better last time. You know, I know where I went wrong my last camp, but you know, everyone from outside doesn't need to know. But I put a lot of wrongs right, and I had a little minus something in camp this time. So next time it'll be even better.
Maybe you're being a bit harsh on yourself as well. Obviously, that was one of the first camps with Shane McGuigan. You're learning different things, trying out different things. Guinini is a good opponent. She was a good opponent as well, and you made her look like there are levels between you two.
Yeah, do you know what? I think Shane will be his borders barrier if I carry on boxing like that. So I felt like I owed a good performance, and it's really starting to come together with him, and I'm in great hands.
Ellie, there's always been promise with Ellie. A lot of people have been thinking about her as a potential world champion. These are the fights that she needs, and those are the kind of performance she needs to put on.
Yeah, I think we should also remember it's her 5th fight.
Yeah?
You know, in her 4th fight. I remember, don't worry. But it's taken time, you know, she's had some bad luck as well along the way, and probably would have liked to have a couple more fights at this stage. But we're here now 5-0, and she's just beaten Guarani, a former world champion, Roman, who was a world champion just 1 fight ago. There's not many other places to go. You know, we'll speak to Shane, but I think she's ready to fight for a world title. I do, you know, I don't see many other fights in the division. You know, when you're beating people that were world champion 1 fight ago, it's a natural step. But she has only still had 5 fights, but she's a great talent. She's very exciting, and that was another great performance.
Yeah, some really good world champions in your division. Rivas is a great champion, Johnson as well. You shouted the name Ebony Bridges down the camera. Is that the fight you want? You want her to come up and weight? Can you go down and weight?
Yeah, do you know what? She's talked a lot on Twitter, and my mum always said, never speak, let your actions show the work. So, yeah, Bridges, that's the fight I want.
Eddie?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, that's down at bantamweight. You know, she's not been there before. I think if she wants to take that fight at bantam, Ebony's got the title. You know, she's the champion. She'll call the shots in that respect. That's a big fight. You know, if Ellie feels like she could make bantamweight as well, Shane and the team, she's talked about it for a while, never really attempted to make it because we felt that the fights were there at super bantam. But I think it's very important in women's boxing, the ability to fluctuate between weight classes, because if you're as good as Ellie Scotney, you should be looking to become a multi-weight world champion, not just a world champion at one division. So Ebony Bridges, Rivas, Johnson, who knows, maybe up at featherweight one day as well. But you know, for now, I'd like to see her look to challenge for a world title, if not next, 100% after.
Cheers, Eddie. Eddie, congratulations.
Doesn't sound like Eddie's confident or comfortable with her wanting to fight Ebony Bridges, and also Ebony Bridges is pretty tied up, and you can get bigger fights between and unify her division, you know, over Ellie Scotney. So on to the next one, next fight. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. He's fun to watch, but when he does get knocked out, it's gonna be ugly. Like ugly. And also, are they going to get Alan Babic a ranking? I was looking at the rankings, and I even went as far as to look at the WBC deep rankings, and he's not even ranked nowhere, like cruiserweight, no nothing. 11-0 with 10 KOs. He was put down in the first round, by the way. He got clipped like right on the top of the head. Deducted a point in round number 9. And basically, he's a, you know, barbarian. You know, very exciting to watch, but regarding skill, and here's the thing, he's one of those type of fighters where, yeah, he's a warrior, exciting to watch, but at the end of the day, he gonna get his ass when it happens. Believe you me, mates, when it happens, it's gonna be ugly. What's the saying go? Like 2 fat chicks fighting over a pork chop or something like that. 2 fat chicks fighting over a plate of pork chops. I forgot how the saying used to go, but it's gonna be ugly. Because after a while, he just throws defense out the window. And it's like, bro, just, you know, the hell with brain damage. You know, like, you got to worry about these things, mate. And especially, didn't he just get married? I know he proposed to his girl, but didn't he just get married? But hey, listen, he's here to entertain us. So who am I, you know, to be bitching and complaining about him, you know, wanting to get his face smashed in, you know? But I don't think they're going to give him a post-fight interview. But as I'm looking at the rankings, it's time, like, to get him, like in somewhere. And he's a smaller type of heavyweight. He fights like a big heavyweight, but he's a small heavyweight. You know, for example, no more than 216, 220, the highest he's ever been. And he's listed as 6'1". Balski right there was laying some hands on my man. The Savage, that he does fight like a savage. Let's listen in.
My man, but just my overall feeling is he does the better work, the more, and the sheer relentless pressure. More progressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together out here for these two warriors. After 10 rounds of action here at the O2 Arena in London, we go to the judges' score totals, and they read as follows. Ansi Perioki and Craig Metcalf, 97-91. John Latham, 95-93. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And the new WBC Silver Bridgerweight Champion, the Savage Army rolls on. Alan, the Savage Babic.
Okay, he's fighting at Bridgerweight. Unfortunately, despite the fact that we work with the WBC Vive Network, powered by the Vive Network, my website and my organization, Fight View 360, we do not recognize the Bridgerweight division. All right, I apologize. But as you can see, he's fighting at Bridgerweight. So now I got to look up, oh, okay, where is he ranked at Bridgerweight? And who's the Bridgerweight champion again? I do not recognize the Bridgerweight division. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't. You know, let's see. Let's go to Fight News rankings. See if they got the Bridgerweight on their website. And let's see if they're going to give Mr. Babic a post-fight interview. And they are not. They're just going to skip out and talk to Joe Cordino, who's fighting Ogawa, right? Let's see if they have the No, that shit just not working, huh? What about boxing scene? Let's see. Boxing info. Boxing scene rankings. Let's see if they have the Bridgerweight rankings. Look, they don't recognize Bridgerweight either. You know, we standing up. Media standing up. But I guess, you know, I should go check out the WBC Bridger. All right, let me go do it. Jump cut. All right, here we are on the WBC website, and it's in Spanish. Let's see. Oscar Rivas is the Bridgerweight champion. And Alan Babic is ranked number 3 in the Bridgerweight, the WBC Bridgerweight division. So there you are. On to the co-feature with the two girls who, I like her. She's solid. 16-0 AKOs. I wonder what's going on with that Kylie Reis fight. Is Kylie Reis injured? Like, I'm hoping we get some clarity on that. And she is taking on who? Have I ever heard of this girl before? Remember, this is at the 140-pound division. So basically, the winner of the unification between her and Kylie Reis, whenever it does happen, could be a possible opponent for the winner of Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano too, whenever that does happen. 23-7 with 0 KO. She's going to lose unanimous decision. Well, I'm going to go watch this one in the kitchen while I'm doing some food prep, guys, over the next 20 minutes. So take your time out, like the video, subscribe. We're going to do a jump cut, and I am going to be right back. Yeah, this joint was a waste of my time.
Very impressive finish from Chantelle Cameron.
You know,
that last 30 seconds.
just a showcase fight. So basically, they're saying Kylie Reis, or Kaylee Reis, how you pronounce her name, is not available. I do believe that she did get married I'm pretty sure that she did. I just don't exactly know how long ago, and that's why they're not unifying that title for Undisputed right now. Remember, she has the WBA, the WBO, and the IBO. And then Cameron over there in the black and gold, she has the WBC and the IBF. And I'm guessing the Ring magazine is going to be on the line, and then the winner is going to be in line to face the winner of Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano too. So we got Jermell Herring in the ring right now on the Top Rank card, and frankly, we're going to listen to the post-fight interview, and then I got to get to the main event. And to be honest, I'm not really a big Joshua Buatsi fan. You know, I think I'm going to just do that video in this video. But let's see if we can get to the particulars. Listen in to the cards being read. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe to T-Street Controversy with Fight View 360.
Judges' score totals: Nurman Adrovich, Amar Sakrowi, and Victor Lachlan all scored about identically, 100-90 for your winner. She's still the unified WBC and IBF Super Lightweight Champion World, Chantelle Cameron.
So all 10 rounds on all.
As you can see, you know, complete clear shutout, you know, all 10 rounds. Let's see if we can get, oh, here we are, post-fight interview. Perfect. Let's listen and hear what she has to say.
My notes down, and I was like, great uppercuts, great body shots, good foot movement, perfect.
Yeah, I've got to say, all thanks to Akib and Devin and Jack Catterwall, because I've been sparring them, so at the end I had a bit of fun with it, because I've been preparing with them and I've been getting beaten up, to be honest. So I thought last round felt comfortable, so I thought I'd just have a little play about it. She weren't going anywhere, she was tough as nails, so I thought I'd try a few things and do what I've been doing in the gym.
Does it make it up for it? Look, it's been a frustrating 6 months for you. We know Callie Reis is the fight you want. Does that make up for it a little bit, going in there and dominating like that?
Yeah, like, all respect to Victoria Bustos. I said all along I was focused on her, not Undisputed, not Callie Reis. I knew that I had a tough opponent, and she was very frustrating. She was actually getting on my nerves a little bit, kept ducking and going low. But it's all learning for me, and do you know what? It's actually probably a blessing that the fight hasn't happened, because I take that performance, go back to the gym now with Jamie Nige and put them wrongs right and make sure that I don't get frustrated like that again, and box better, just keep improving.
You are improving every time I see you. Eddie, is there an update with the situation with Callie Reis?
Yeah, we hope she'll be ready next. I mean, that's the fight we want. Chantelle Cameron wants to become undisputed. She deserves that. Tonight was a little bit of a mark-in-time fight, but she needed it because, you know, she's been out of the ring for a while waiting for Callie Reis. So we hope she gets better, and we hope we can make that undisputed championship fight, because there's so many undisputed champions now. Chantelle wants to be one of them. Big fights following that with Katie Taylor and Jessica McCaskill, but first of all, undisputed, and hopefully we can get that in the autumn time.
Do you think about that, Shan? So many big fights, super fights. Obviously, we saw Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor a couple of weeks ago. I know you wanted to be there, but you were training. Do you look for your super fights now? Do you think of those big ones that you just mentioned?
I used to, but I had a bit of a frustrating couple of months. So for me now, it's from that performance, just improving. At the end of the day, I'm not as good as I want to be at the minute, and there's a lot to come with me. So no, just keep improving, keep winning, and the fights will happen, I guess, when they happen.
Let me bring in the trainer, Jamie, who's done such a good job with you. Jamie, she's always frustrated with her performances, though. I thought that was really good. That was as good as it gets tonight.
Well, I'm not frustrated. I thought it was a masterclass against a very good opponent in an ex-world champion, 2 weight divisions, you know, a long-standing world champion as well. And she just absolutely dominated it. She's shown loads of improvements, what we've been working on in the gym in terms of her defence. You know, she wasn't just cupping and sort of blocking. She was getting underneath the shots and using her lateral movement really well. So there was loads of stuff, loads of boxes ticked moving forward, and the fight's what she's going to be going into. She needs to have fights like that to make sure she's ready. And she's the best fighter on the planet at this weight division, and any around her as well, I feel.
If you can't get the Callie Reis fight next, and look, we hope it happens, Eddie said it happens, would you go up to 147 to take on Jessica McCaskill?
100%, she's a great fighter. I think me and her would make a terrific fight. I think it'll be a war. I think it'll be tight to tight, and I think it'll be exciting. So yeah, I'm going for that. To be honest, I'm more interested in that now than Callie Reis, to be perfectly honest.
Looks like I'm making fights. Maybe I should become a promoter. Well done. Fantastic performance, Shan. Well done.
And I think that yeah, it would be more money in the Jessica McCaskill fight. Jessica McCaskill undisputed at 147 pounds after defeating Cecilia Brakus twice. Brakus is now at 154. Kali Reis, from what I'm getting from it, I just was doing a little quick scroll there. Something's definitely going on, you know, seems like something personal in women's boxing, if you get my drift. So I'm just going to leave that alone. But yeah, they're waiting for her to get back. And remember, in my opinion, now that my memory's been jogged, I believe I had Kali Reis losing her last fight against Jessica Camara. I don't know how to pronounce her name. And from what I've seen from Chantelle Cameron, then yes, she will beat Kali Reis. You know, and Jessica McCaskill was good, but you know, there's more money in that fight, and it'll be for all 4 belts anyway. So it's pretty much, you know, there. And she'll have the ability to be able to go back down to 140 to be able to fight Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor winner. So on to the main event. Actually, I want to watch this Jermell Herring fight first. He's moved up to 135. That's a shark-filled division, and see how he looks. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and teach you controversy with Fight View 360. So there's my undercard recap. Alan Babic, you know, one day, you know, exciting fighter, but one day he's going to get a boot put in his ass. Ellie Scotney over Maria Roman in her toughest fight to date, or, well, most solidified opponent to date. The last one tough fight was, you know, her last opponent. Robbie Davis Jr. got a win over Javier Molina. And yeah, the other fights on the undercard, I don't really care too much about. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and teach you controversy with Fight View 360.